controversial opinion. As we said in the first episode, we're going to be talking about controversial opinions. What kind of accent was that?
We
But
switch accents.
yes, we do. But yeah, controversial opinion, but take ChatGPT seriously.
So
No, you're really like it's so valid to be misguided
yeah.
because we have books out there like The Secret. Who came up with that? Girl, why did you write it? Like, it's such a misleading book. One of the things that a lot of people do for their 2025 is that they sit down and they think, what do I want to manifest this year?
Hmm.
So we decided that, especially a lot of our girlies, they're like, okay, like my vision board is also my manifestation board. I'm going to manifest everything that's on my vision board. And nothing against that,
Yeah.
honestly. It's a good thing. Um, but we wanted to discuss our opinions on manifestation, basically. So, my lovely Christina, what do you think about manifestation?
But
Do
I,
you believe in it, first of all?
for a long time, I didn't think like manifestation was real, but it
Okay.
is. But it is. I have
Okay.
I have an explanation for this because
Bring it on.
I was thinking dreams and manifestation are pretty much the same,
Hmm.
but it's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm with you.
where I thought like, okay, my dream is to become this, or my dream is to achieve this, but that's not manifestation. That
Mhm.
manifestation is pretty much you taking actions towards your dream,
Exactly.
which didn't click when I was a teenager.
Hmm.
So
No, you're really like it's so valid to be misguided
yeah.
because we have books out there like The Secret. Who came up with that? Girl, why did you write it? Like, it's such a misleading book because it literally says like at some point I was like I want to believe and trust in the good of this book and say it's just basically telling you to follow your dreams and don't have doubts about yourself. But legit, at some point in the book, it says, I was mad at myself because I couldn't manifest healing my eyes earlier. So the writer, she was Rhonda Byrne, I think.
Mhm.
She was saying that I had this issue in my eyes and my eyesights, they were getting weaker, and therefore I decided to manifest healing my eyes. And I did within the span of 2 weeks or something like that. And then I thought about it a little bit more, and I realized I could have done it in 2 days. I'm actually mad I didn't do it in 2 days.
What happened? She did fix it?
She apparently did fix it, but
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
know.
That I think if it's like a medical, you can manifest something that's very medical.
I know. Like you can take steps towards bettering your health and I
Yeah.
don't know, take supplements or do whatever your doctor tells you. Take your prescriptions, I guess.
Yeah.
But to manifest
Yeah.
healing your eyes, I'm
No.
not with it.
No.
I'm sorry, no
I
disrespect,
don't
no
think
offense.
yeah, I
I'm not with it. No.
no.
Mm-mm.
I haven't read that book or
I'm glad. I don't. It's
but
misleading.
I know that it's very popular and like people talk about it, but if that is the case that is talking about, that's not the case of kind of book I want to read because it's going to like just
It
put bad
messes with your
thoughts.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it gives you the mentality of like I can just sit down on this very couch and just manifest whatever I want and it will come to me. That's what it's teaching you. And
Yeah.
it's not a good honestly, it's not a good listen
Yeah.
for a lot of people because I'm not gonna lie, if someone comes and tells you like if you just think about it hard enough, you're gonna achieve it, you're gonna start trying it because that sounds easy as hell. Like
Yeah.
I want to try sitting on my couch and thinking about good thoughts and beautiful thoughts. And also like there's a level of we cannot control misfortune in our lives.
Oh yeah.
Bad things happen. And then it makes you believe that whatever bad thing happens in your life, it's because of you. sometimes, regardless of what you do, some stuff are the result of your actions, and we all know
Mm-hmm.
that. But some stuff just happens. And it's not because you did something wrong, or it's not because at some point in your life you were having bad feelings. It kind of like demonizes bad feelings. Bad feelings are not there to be resented. Bad feelings are not there to for you to um just hate them and not
Yeah.
accept them and try to neglect them. They are there for a reason. It's important to acknowledge your bad feelings and process them
Yeah.
and then move on from them.
Yeah. Sometimes
Don't give it so much power.
universe throws shit at you, and then
Exactly.
it's not your fault, and
Yeah.
people think too much that on like people get mad at themselves, but it's not them, it's the universe that's working against them. But
Exactly.
yeah, do you feel like if what you say to the universe, it comes true or like comes back? Let's
Like
say
karma, or what I think about will come true.
what let's say, oh, I want this purse, and do you
Okay.
think it will come true if you say it out loud?
Hmm. So, just like how you said, I
Yeah.
had a really hard time believing in manifestation.
Yeah.
Like, my mom is big on manifestation. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the girl is good at it. Like, she speaks things into existence.
Okay.
And I don't, this is coming from someone who has a really hard time believing in it. And I've seen her do that.
Yeah.
Even though I've seen it, I'm still like, there's something about you. I don't know about the law of the universe, it's you
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
but speaking things into existence has happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot vouch for how much of it was the luck factor
Mm-hmm.
and how much of it was me putting work towards it.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm kind of like on edge with it.
Okay.
I feel like when you speak things, when you have a desire and you speak it out loud, like you say it out loud,
Mm-hmm.
then it makes it more real, and you start taking, like, subconsciously you start taking it
Yeah.
more seriously,
Yeah.
and chances of you putting in the work towards achieving it becomes more,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's part of the reason why it actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes some stuff just happens out of pure luck,
Mm-hmm.
and you just want something and it happens to appear in front of you, or someone gifts it to you, or someone, I don't know, somehow you end up getting it.
Yeah.
I have no explanation for that.
Yeah. I mean, I,
Yeah.
I, for me, for a long time, I was like, there's a saying in the Bible, if you ask, you will receive. Okay.
Okay.
But if is asking equal to wanting, like if you just say that I want this, is it gonna happen to you? Which basically you're asking, like
Yeah.
you're putting it out in the world. But maybe, but it has come true for me, like because I asked,
Hmm.
like stuff has happened. Like,
Tell me.
no, it's just
Tell me, oh
it's
God.
just normal, nothing crazy. It's like I want this job, I want this jewelry, I want this something, and it does magically appear. Sometimes it is like you're sending, I feel like you're putting the words out there, and somehow it just resonates and it comes
It's the
true.
frequency and vibration.
Yeah, something, some
Yeah.
physical chemistry happening. But
Right.
it did work
Mm.
for majority. But there's some stuff which we even asked, we both
Oh,
asked,
yeah. Oh,
nothing is working.
girl, I can't wait for the day we open up about this,
Well,
and
one day
we go on a vent.
we went, and then that's not even, it's not even going to be fitting in 1 hour. It's
Oh
going to
hell
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
even, it would even take us a half a day went
Oh yeah,
session.
yeah. Girl, just get your teas ready for the day we're gonna vent about that, because
Yeah.
it's one hell of a topic.
Okay.
There is this person, and honestly, I really believe in, even though I don't really kind of believe in manifestation, but I do believe in what he says.
Mhm.
His name is Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Okay.
and he has proved manifestation
Mm-hmm.
based on science. And his idea is kind of different from Rhonda Byrne in the book Secret.
Mm-hmm.
He says that manifestation is the result of feelings and thoughts together. So let's just
Oh.
say you have the thought of wanting something.
Yeah.
Let's just say I want to get I want to manifest a certain bracelet, or I don't know, a certain whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel, so this is the thought. If I feel like it's never going to happen to me, if I feel like there's no way,
Mm-hmm.
how am I going to how
Mm-hmm.
am I going to do that, you know? And he says that the problem is here. Your feelings are telling you you're never going to achieve that. Meanwhile, if your feelings and your thoughts match the same frequency,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to achieve it. And what he says is that basically get into the mindset that I already have it.
Oh, so you basically
Become
just
the person.
subconsciously you're just feeding your brain that you already have it.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
that's the science behind it. Is that what he's trying to teach?
His book, one of his books is called
Uh-huh.
Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Okay.
And it basically is teaching you to become another person.
Okay.
Like the person who, for instance, like one of my goals is to have bigger biceps. If I become the person, if I act like,
Mm-hmm.
or if I impersonate the person who has big biceps, and that's like an athlete, let's just say,
Mm-hmm.
how does that athlete live her life? What does she eat? What does she like? How many times a week does she work out?
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that.
Yep.
If you already start applying those and act like the person who has big biceps,
Okay.
that's when you achieve that um,
Oh, so basically you're
goal.
faking your brain to
Fake it
think.
till you make it,
Yeah,
basically,
you're faking your
honestly.
brain to think it, and
Exactly.
just it happens magically.
Yeah, or like let's just say an example he used in the book is that when he was trying to teach that to his own children, and honestly, the reason why I feel like he's pretty valid in the things that he says is because he manifested his own so he became disabled at some point. He
Oh,
like
okay.
he couldn't walk anymore,
Okay.
and he just, and the doctors were totally like, there's no hope for you,
Oh,
you cannot
okay.
ever walk in your life ever again. And he started walking.
Okay.
So he says that I manifested it.
Okay.
And when he was trying to teach that to his children,
Mm-hmm.
the child basically was in the university, and she was saying that I want to manifest an internship in Italy,
Okay.
and spend my summer there, and I don't want to be paying for my staying
Oh,
there, so I want it to be full paid for, full on just paid for.
okay.
And then he told the daughter that you should start acting like the person who's already in Italy. What does
Hmm.
she do? And what happened basically was that the girl was still looking for opportunities to get herself to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And she found this program from the university that was an exchange program,
Mm-hmm.
but she still had to pay for it. She had to pay for it
Oh,
like off of her pocket.
okay.
And she basically called Dr. Dispenza, and Dr. Dispenza said, I don't want you to chase it. I
Okay.
don't want you to try and find the opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's meant to happen for you will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what he did was that he told her to wait, like
Mm-hmm.
still wait for the opportunity to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot even comprehend what God has in his plans for you.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later, she finds this internship that for her to become an English teacher,
Okay.
and her place is paid for, her stay is paid
Ooh.
for. So she basically manifested it
Okay.
into
Okay.
existence.
Yeah, but interestingly, what you're saying was if it has to happen, or like if the thing has to happen,
Mm.
it will happen, or something around the lines of it.
Just want it.
Yeah, if you want, what is it? If you
Oh,
want it, it will happen.
yeah,
Okay.
basically.
I
Not
mean,
if you want it. If you want it and you become it,
uh-huh.
it will happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we want so many things, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that will happen.
Apparently something wrong with the way that we think about it, or the way that we feel about it, maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we don't know. We're
You
gonna
know,
we're gonna we're gonna see this year. We want so many things. We're gonna try
mm,
and
and one of the
see.
things that I so it was an audiobook that I was listening to, and it was from the library here, and they just basically made it unavailable. The book is not available anymore,
Oh,
so I have to buy it now.
okay.
And I was at the point, the very ambiguous things about these books is that they never tell you how to feel the way that you're supposed to feel, or how you think the
Mm-hmm.
way you're supposed to think. The part where the girl manifested it after like finding that exchange opportunity from there to finding the internship is ambiguous. I don't know what you did. I don't
Yeah.
know what you changed
Yeah.
about your mindset.
She should have taken some action. Like it's not gonna magically come. It's
Exactly.
gonna like she should have maybe had more contacts, or like worked her resume, or like had some kind of networking done to get to that place.
Like, what became different
Yeah.
about you that you could possibly manifest what you
Yeah.
wanted? So they don't tell you about that, but this book did.
Oh, okay.
So there is like halfway through the book. So the first half is kind of like teaching you what he wants to say and what he has proven through science.
Mm-hmm.
And the second half are the meditations that he teaches you how to meditate to change your subconscious
Mm-hmm.
into becoming the person that you want to ultimately become.
Okay.
So it's kind of like self hypnotizing,
Okay.
his meditations. And some
Oh.
people swear by that. And that was my last resort with manifestations. I was like, if anything's going to work, it's going to be this one. And I want to try it until they made it. Okay. The book unavailable.
Did he finish it or
No,
no?
I was just right before the chapter where the meditations were starting, like he was starting to teach the meditations.
Mm.
The book
Oh,
became.
that sucks.
The thing that you need to bear in mind when it comes to manifesting, whether you are a believer in it or not, whether you believe in achieving your goals through putting work towards it, is not only relying on motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing that we all get wrong is that we say, I'm not motivated enough. I lost my motivation. I can't do it anymore because I have no motivation. I'm depressed. I'm so and so. I'm this and that. It's not one of the things that we realized in 2024 is
Mm-hmm.
that it's not just motivation that makes you do something and taking something from it being your dream into reality. That thing is discipline.
Yep.
And
Agree.
yeah, so discipline is not something. First off, the best thing about discipline, the and also it's the difference between discipline and motivation. Motivation is a feeling. It's out of your control. You cannot control how motivated you are. Yeah, you can listen to inspirational, I don't know, talks, TED
Mm-hmm.
Talks, podcasts, and whatever to make yourself momentarily motivated, but
Yeah.
you cannot really stay motivated for long term, because
Mm-hmm.
motivation is kind of like a fluctuating thing. It goes up and down, but discipline is consistent. You can always be disciplined, and your level of discipline is not going to decline, or is not going to go all the way up and then crash. So if you can build that level of discipline within yourself, chances of you actually achieving your goals is almost, I dare to say, 100%, if you
Yeah.
have the discipline, because it's determination, right?
Yeah. Discipline equals determination. Because if you think about it, you when you're a kid, you are disciplined to go to school. If you don't go to school, you're not going to pass. You're not going to get the grades. You have to finish what you're doing. So you have to attend class. That is a discipline. You're attending class
Mm,
because
mm,
you need to finish your school.
exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing that we need to learn and just wrap your head around it, is that the right terminology? I'm not sure. Uh, but one thing that you need to get straight is that discipline is boring.
Discipline is,
Cannot be
yeah,
helped. It is just boring, because what is boring? Anything repetitive.
it's
And
very monotonous.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
no up and down.
Yeah.
And the best results in life come from being consistent about something and doing something repeatedly until you achieve the results of that thing that you're doing. Let's
Yeah.
just say if you consistently study for 5 hours a day, that's not really, like, I know people who do 12 hours,
12
but
hours.
let's just say you do like studying for consistently for 5 hours a day, you are definitely going to achieve higher marks than somebody who doesn't study most days of the semester, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden they cram and they do like 12 hours
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah.
Or let's just say you go to gym consistently 4 days a week, you're definitely going to see more results than somebody who comes 12 days a month 1 month and 5 days a month another month, you know?
Yeah.
So it comes down to how consistent you are. And for you to be consistent, you need to have that discipline.
Yeah.
And there are so many ways of building discipline. You just have to accept that it's not the most enjoyable process. Like at some point throughout there is always, when you start something, there's always like a level of resistance
Oh yeah.
with anything, basically, when you start. Um, if you can just tolerate that little bit of, honestly, it's not a little bit, it's quite a bit of pain.
It's yeah, it's a majority
Yeah.
that you need to adjust around to focus on this discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that one period of time before the habit is built.
Hmm.
They say there was this article, I think, or whatever it was, I remember from somewhere,
Hmm.
that was saying that if you can make yourself do something for 20 days straight, you have already built
Oh
the
yeah.
habit.
Yeah.
It's
I've
just
seen that. Yeah.
move, like it's just going through that 20 days.
Hmm.
Just go through. And I honestly, I don't really believe in it. Like I don't believe that it's necessarily 20 days for everything. Some things for me has taken like 6 days to build a habit of doing. Like
Yeah.
some things you're more likely to get, I would even dare to say, addicted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's easier for some stuff to for you to get into a habit of,
Yeah.
and it's harder for some other stuff. Like sometimes it take, like for, I mean, we're using that example quite a lot, but I feel like for me to get into the habit of fitness, it took me a few months to go to the gym
Yeah.
consistently without seeing any, because it's seeing results is what motivates you to
Yeah.
keep doing something.
Yeah.
But when you're not doing, when you're still not seeing the results, it's just a discipline that takes you there every
Hmm.
single time.
Yeah.
And if you can exercise your discipline muscle, at some point you can apply it to even like different
Different
areas
areas of
of
your
your
life. Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
You
True.
just need to build that confidence in one area, and when you got it, when you prove to yourself once that I'm capable of doing it, you can apply that same concept to all the other aspects of
Hmm.
your life.
Yeah. Um. With speaking of discipline, also you have to find your routine. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
don't like your routine, you're not going to be disciplined, or like you're not going to feel the motivation to
Mm-hmm.
continue it.
Yes.
So going back to the fitness,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like to go to gym in the morning, but I had to do it. I had to like sacrifice sleep, or like do some adjustments to life, because you want to like get better and like build muscle and like focus on your health. So you need, like, there's like some kind of motivation needed to also concentrate on like how you want to discipline your life. Like those both go hand in hand together. Because if you don't have discipline and you want to, like, let's say, just build muscle and like get six packs, or like build quads, it's not going to happen if you're not consistent. Consist-
True.
Consistency is very key. Like how, if you're not cooking for like a month, and if you're randomly just going to make something, you are not going to be good.
No.
You, like, even though you know back of your head, oh, I did the same recipe a month ago,
Yeah.
but it's not going to turn out the same because you lost your consistency of like keeping it in practice. Like
Yeah.
consistency also correlates with practice. Like if
Yeah.
you're doing it for a long time, it's ingrained in your brain, and like you're going to do it naturally.
Yeah.
And so
Also, one thing that you mentioned that I really liked
yep.
is that at some point, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it just gave me this idea of, if you really don't like doing something,
Yep.
tie it to something that you enjoy doing.
Exactly.
So, for instance, for me and Christina, going to the gym, inherently, it's not necessarily something that's really enjoyable. Like you're going there, putting yourself through pain, and it takes you months to see the results.
Yeah.
And before you see the results, you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Especially like waking up in the morning, going in the cold, like walking there. all of that stuff just makes you not want to do it.
Yeah.
But if I know that I'm going there to see my friend and we're going to have a good time together,
Hmm.
that motivates me to actually do the exercise.
True. I agree. Like just
Yeah.
find like a buddy or like a companion, so like they can keep you in check and you can also keep them in check,
Mhm.
and make like the discipline will help both at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I don't, yeah, I did gym before a little bit randomly, but after I we went together, we kind of like coordinate our schedules, and like it's more effective. I feel if you like, this is just for fitness, I'm saying, like it could be like an example that you want to focus on your discipline, just get some companion or like maybe a personal trainer who can
Yeah.
just help you just get your foot there, and like
Stay
yeah,
accountable.
stay accountable, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's for fitness. But for other parts of life, if you can relate yourself to somebody and keep others accountable, well, that's good. But if you can, just make like affirmations, or like just keep your tracker, just say like, oh, I did this and I didn't do this. Like just make sure that you're journaling. Like if you didn't do it that day, and if you know that why you didn't do it, make sure that you write it down, and so you can go back and see, oh, this one went wrong, so I can like erase it, or like just make sure that it's not happening again, and so you can just
That's
keep your
very
keep
innovative.
your routine and track in the same way.
Love that.
Yeah, but also consistency.
Honestly, I've never thought about keeping track of what makes me go wrong. Like, what situations where like, if I'm put in that kind of situation, I'm more likely to make mistakes. I
Hmm.
have never kept track of that. I mostly keep track of things that made me do well.
Hmm.
But it's also really important to know, like, what situations makes me not want to do something, or like what situations are the kind of ones that get me in trouble, you know?
Hmm.
It's really important to know those and recognize those, so
Yep.
you kind of have an idea, oh, I don't want to repeat the same pattern,
Yep.
therefore like try to avoid it
Yeah.
whenever I can.
Yeah, that's part of like the self-reflection
Oh yeah,
that we
beautifully
need to
said.
like work on for this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, self-reflection is
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
Whether it comes to your emotions or your
Yeah.
actions, it's really important to stay present and keep track of what you do
Hmm.
and how you feel in
Yeah.
certain situations.
Yeah.
So that wraps up the second episode of Undefined Conversations. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for watching us.
Yes, and please, if you like this episode, give us some sort of feedback and also like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.
See ya. Bye.